Preview.
Marvel Cinematic Universe Timeline 2008 Iron Man. Iron Man Robert Downey returned to his Malibu mansion at night to be greeted by Nick Fury. Samuel L. Jackson, director of Child Fury, asks Stark, "You think you are the only superhero in the world?" and says he is there to discuss the Avenger Initiative. One can consider this end credit scene to be the big bang of the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because it is the scene that created a billion-dollar franchise. This moment between Fury and Stark propels the Marvel Cinematic Universe storyline forward as Stark gathers superpowered members to form the Avengers. 2010 Iron Man 2. Many will be shocked to see Iron Man 2 on the timeline, but you probably blanked and missed a huge MCU Easter egg. The Tesseract, an important plot point in Captain America, the First Avenger, and the Avengers, makes a brief appearance as Tony watches old film reels left behind by his father, Howard Stark. In one of the Stark notebooks, there is a drawing of the Hypercup, which is a container for the Space Stone, one of the 6 Infinity Stones. 2011 Thor. In a post-credit scene, Dr. Eric Salvage meets Nick Fury at a secret facility where Fury shows him the Tesseract. Fury tells Sylvain that if they figure out how to tap into it, it could lead to unlimited power. Loki, Tom Hiddleston, appears in a mirror and says, "I guess that's worth a look," which Sylvain repeats, foreshadowing Loki's role as the Valiant in the Avengers. Captain America, the First Avenger. Captain America Chris Evans and the Valiant of this film, Red Skull Hugh Weaving, are fighting aboard a plane carrying Hydra's weapons of mass destruction. During the fight, the container that holds the Tesseract is damaged. Red Skull grabs the Tesseract, a portal into another universe opens, and he disappears through it. Red Skull has yet to reappear in any Marvel film. 2012 The Avengers. After transporting Red Skull to another universe, the Tesseract is covered by SHIELD. Loki steals it and uses it to open a portal that brings the Chitauri army to New York in the Avengers. At the end of the film, Thor, Chris Hemsworth, returns into the Asgard for safekeeping. The Avenger is the first of Marvel's films to have mid-credits and post-credits scene. During the mid-credits scene, the author is seen talking to someone on a throne about why the Chitauri army failed to conquer Earth. The someone perched on the throne turns around grinning an evil smile. This is a pivotal point in the MCU, and it is the first time we see Thanos, one of the most powerful villains in the Marvel Universe, up close and personal. 2013 Thor, the Dark World. The Aether, also known as the Reality Stone, is a main plot point in Thor, the Dark World. To give a little Asgardian history, there was an ancient war between gods and Asgard and a race called the Dark Elves. Asgard won, and the Dark Elves' ultimate weapon, the Aether, was buried in a secret location that Dr. Jane Foster, Natalie Portman, accidentally stumbles upon. She becomes possessed by the Aether. The Thor takes Jane to Asgard to protect her before the dark elf named Malekith. Christopher Eccleston captures her to turn her into a weapon to destroy the entire universe. In a mid-credit scene, after helping Thor defeat Malekith, Volstagg, Ray Stevenson, and save Jamie Alexander take the Aether to the collector, Benicio del Toro. They entrust the Aether to him because the Tesseract is still in Asgard and it would be unwise to have 2 Infinity Stones in close proximity. After they leave, the collector says 1 down, 5 to go, relieving his intentions to also collect the Infinity Stones. The collector will also reappear in Guardians of the Galaxy, thus pushing the Infinity War storyline forward. 2014 Captain America, the Winter Soldier. This after-credit scene sets up Avengers Age of Ultron as we are introduced to the villain the Avengers will fight, Baron von Strucker. As he walks a dark corridor with Loki's scepter in hand, he says what they have is worth more than any of them ever know, and they have only scratched the surface. The twins, Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, are then revealed. They are seen locked away using powers granted to them by the Mind Stone Loki's scepter. Guardians of the Galaxy. As with other MCU films, another plot is centered around another Infinity Stones, specifically the Power Stone. Peter Quill obtained the orb from an ancient rune, and to no one's surprise, the Collector and Ronan the Accuser want the orb. Ronan agrees to retrieve the orb from Thanos until he discovers that it contains an Infinity Stone that would allow him to destroy the planet Ixander without Thanos' help. Ronan attempts to destroy Ixander with the Power Stone, but it's stopped by the Guardians. After Ronan acquired the Power Stone, Nebula aligns herself with him. Theories suggest that she will be the key of destroying Thanos in Infinity War. After Gamora is arrested in Ixander, Thanos summons Ronan and Nebula to Chowdhury space. Ronan tells Thanos that Gamora has betrayed them, which is why they are not possessions of the orb. Ronan asks Thanos to take the matter seriously, and Thanos declared that he couldn't care less about him or politics. He ordered Ronan to bring him to the orb and threatens to kill him if he fails. Remember the Collector. Gamora and the Guardians meet up with the Collector, where it's revealed that the orb contains an Infinity Stone. The Power Stone. He also described the origin of the stones. Before creation itself, there was 6 singularities. Then their universe exploded into existence, and the remains of these systems were formed into concentrated Infinity Stones. These stones, it seems, can only be branched by beings of extraordinary strength. 2015. Avengers Age of Ultron. Avengers Age of Ultron. Tony Stark and Bruce Banner used Loki's scepter to create an evil, highly intelligent robot named Ultron. Ultron realizes that the Mind Stone is inside the scepter and forces Helen Ku to create a new body for him. The Avengers stole the body before Ultron could insert his consciousness into it. Stark and Banner repurposed the stolen body with components of Stark personnel Jarvis, giving birth to Vision, who currently has the Mind Stone embedded in his forehead. In this post-credit scene, we see Thanos boarding an Infinity Gauntlet. This is key because the Infinity Gauntlet's purpose is to hold all 6 Infinity Stones, granting the wearer and the ability to use the power which stone in combination. When all 6 Infinity Stones are placed in the gauntlet, the wearer can essentially do whatever they want. 2016. Captain America Civil War. Even though there are not only Infinity Stones hidden in plain sight, Civil War gives insight into the emotional state of the superpower team. The events in Age of Ultron and Sokovia Accords drive a wedge between teammates. The disagreement between Iron Man and Captain America comes to a climax in an action-packed battle where we are introduced to new characters pivotal for Infinity War: Black Panther and Spider-Man. Doctor Strange. MCU introduces another Infinity Stone hidden in plain sight called the Time Stone. Doctor Strange acquires an amulet called the Eye of Agamotto, and in the film uses it to control time to defeat the demon Dormammu. 2017. Thor Ragnarok. During a post-credit scene there, the Avengers, refugees from Sakar and people of Asgard, are on the ship looking for a new home. Loki and the Thor look out into space, filled with a hope that is quickly crushed when they encounter a large ship. The ship resembles the large Chitauri spaceships seen in Avengers, which means that the ship belongs to Thanos. This post-credit scene set up for a likely encounter in Infinity War between Thanos and Thor's crew in the ship. And that brings us to Marvel Studios' Avengers Infinity War, one of its biggest and most ambitious undertakings. The film is in many ways a culmination of what Marvel has been working toward over the last 10 years and includes nearly all Marvel's mightiest heroes. But Infinity War has many questions it will need to answer, such as where is the final Soul Stone, will Thanos succeed in his mission to wipe out half of the universe, and who will be left alive when the War of the Infinity Stones comes to an end.
If you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like and share it. If you haven't already, subscribe down below to get notified almost every single day with newer videos.